Hi everyone, Sharon here. So just going to do a video today on how I work with children. So I love working with children. So I have worked with children now for over 10 years. And really for me, children are, energy, when we're working with energy, the energy just flows because children don't have egos. So again, when the energy flows through them, more often than not, just depending on how long they have the ailment for, more often than not, it's a quick transition into a healing space, into a relaxed space where the body can, where the body heals and where they move forward quite quickly. So I work with children from the womb. If there's shock or trauma in the womb, I would work on children in the womb, and then once the child is born, whether it's colic, whether it's reflux or sleeping issues, I would work on that. And then as they transition and they get that little bit older, and they might have the fears of going to the toilet, they might have again bedwetting, it might be very much in this situation, shyness, finding it hard to mingle with peers, and that can come in a couple of ways. So that can come as an introvert, so kind of going into myself and at home I'm fine, but then when I go into school settings, or when the parents see them going into school settings, it's very hard because they think, God, at home, this child is so bubbly and so happy, but remember, they feel safe at home. So, so it can go to that shyness, it can go to confidence. Sometimes, again, as I say, it goes into a little bit of an introvert that I might, shy away, or sometimes it can be that frustration. It can be a bit of frustration. So then I might bite, I might, react a little bit more, I might kick, I might scream, I might, look for that reaction all the time. So this is why energy work is so, so powerful. It works amazing with kids. As I say, depending on how long the ailment is, depending on the environment as well, but more often than not. So I only seen this little girl on Thursday, and this is the message that I received this morning from the mother. Again, toilet issues, lack of confidence around toilet, and then shyness. So again, energy works really, really quick. So I'll always use energy work on everybody, and then if it's a thing that, the toilet issue, bedwetting, the fear of going to the toilet, from around 7 or 8 onwards, then I will bring in the hypnotherapy. From probably maybe 8 or 9 onwards, I'll bring in EFT. So again, to allow them to take control of it, allow them to have something, a tool there that, they can emotionally regulate. So when we're working with energy work on children, it's all about the parasympathetic and the sympathetic nervous system. So if I'm fearful, if I'm worried, if I'm afraid, or if I'm kind of like, again, lacking in confidence, then it's always going to work from my stomach. So this is why a lot of children will come with stomach pains, the bowels mightn't be moving, like clockwork, because that's the way they're supposed to work. But if it's stopped under stress, if it's stopped, from anxiety, worries or fears, then the body and the bowels start to say, okay, well, this is the way I work. So then, there might be constipation, or again, some suffer with diarrhea. So it's all about, allowing the energy to flow through the body, balancing, the body, again, bringing the chakras back into balance as well. Because if there's been shock or trauma at birth, if there's ever been shock or trauma at birth, and the child is shown, any kind of symptoms, or any kind of ailments, then you know that there's a bit of trauma there and the energy isn't able to flow through the whole body. And once the energy is able to flow through the whole body, it's exactly like what happened here, from Thursday all over the weekend to today, Tuesday. So you're talking about maybe a 5-day period that, a child can transform from shyness into, again, stepping in, feeling safe, not just attached in the home, but outside the home as well. So, energy work is really, really fantastic for helping children emotionally regulate. Now, they won't know that as such, but they will feel safer in the body. There'll be a calmness and a relaxation. So the parasympathetic nervous system, you know, those butterflies that they feel, you know, that sicky tummy, you know, or maybe some of them feel, you know, the heart beating, that all starts to relax down when the body starts to, again, calm down, when the body starts to relax, the mind relaxes, so we're not triggering then from the stomach. You know, and then of course, obviously bowels, we become more confident in using the toilet, more confidence in ourselves, and any of those kind of, like, again, pathological emotions that, you know, are not real. So the guilt and the shame around, you know, maybe if it's bedwetting, if it's a fear of a dog, if it's, you know, shyness or anything like that, you know, all of these pathological emotions attach on, and they're like the pressure cooker. So they start building and building. So when you go in with energy work and you realign all of that, then change happens, and change happens very, very quickly. So I would suggest, you know, if anybody out there, you know, has children, you know, who, again, you just know there's something off, you know, find, you know, an energy therapist, you know, whether it's bioenergy, whether it's Reiki, whether it is the pendulum, you know, whatever it is, energy work works. So if you talk about emotions, you know, emotions need to flow. So we need all of these energy systems and things to flow for the emotions to flip off like they're supposed to do. These pathological emotions are supposed to, you know, just flip off, and we're not supposed to hold them. So that is just, you know, the way that I work with children. I love working with children. As I say, I'm 10 years working with children now. They have no ego. So as I say, just depending on, you know, how long they have the ailment, you know, up to 3 sessions, and you can, you know, have a real calm, relaxed, and, you know, building on that confidence. And again, I always say, you know, I support, you know, I support these children as well. So again, it's like anything in life, something could, maybe somebody might say something, or, you know, a big event might come. So if that happens, then I will just be in contact with the parent, and just send the energy anyways, just to realign, because they'll never go back, because they're 100% clear in their own body, and they're continually healing then, because remember, when they're stepping into that confidence, you know, just like this little girl gone off to a camp now today, that's going to build her confidence in every aspect. So going to the toilet, being around people, it's going to make her feel more comfortable in all the things that she does. So I highly, highly recommend energy work. As we get a little bit older, as I say, when it comes into fears and phobias, then you're talking about energy work as well. I would always do energy work as well, but you can move in then to the hypnotherapy. And hypnotherapy for teenagers, you know, hypnotherapy for, again, anyone doing like exams, you know, just to bring in that, you know, relaxation, that confidence back in, is a game changer. But I suggest energy work. You can see the difference within probably a 5-day period, you know, and it's amazing to see. And that confidence is within her, because, you know, it was her that did it. You know, I'm just the vessel that passes the energy through, and then that's how they build the confidence, because they know they have that. They have no ego, so they just know that they're doing all this work themselves. So if your child, you know, has any kind of ailment that you're kind of thinking, you know what, you know, there's just something there. And they're not emotionally regulated, you know, or, you know, kind of up and down in the motion regulations as well, or again, you know, has any of this shyness, anything like that. And if there was trauma at birth, then 100% you need energy work. So I hope that helps. And again, as I say, it's definitely a game changer. It's quick, it's easy, and it's effective. Thanks.